Hi, I'm Bob Schmidt with Home Remodel Workshop. Probably the single most important part of your framing is your door framing. Proper door framing can make the whole job as far as installing the door go much easier. I'll show you how to do that. Now let's get to work. Now before you can frame for a door, you have to understand the door sizing. This door in particular here that we're going to be putting in today is a 2-6 door. Does not mean 26 inches. It means 2 foot 6 inches, which is a 30-inch door. You always frame 2 inches wider than the size of the door to allow for this frame material and to allow for shims for setting the door. Same holds true on the height. A standard height door is 6 foot 8. You always frame 6 foot 10. Alongside of your opening for the door, you're always going to have 2 studs. This stud here that's 1.5 inches away from the opening, we call it the king stud. And it runs from the base plate all the way up to the bottom of your plate at the top. Now this stud here, we'll call it the cripple. It comes just even with your opening. This is what you're going to hook your door to. And it runs from the bottom plate all the way up to the bottom of your header, which is the top framing for the opening. Now there's a reason why you always have 2 studs alongside of a door opening. Is because A, it adds more strength for holding the weight of the door. B, if you nail these 2 studs together nice and flat on the front, it'll also help keep them from twisting or bending. And the third reason is when you add your box, when you put your door trim on here, it'll hold your box far enough away so that a standard trim will fit. If you're using a wider than standard trim, you can always add block alongside of that, nail it on to put your box onto to give you enough spacing for your trim. The single most important thing you can do when you're framing a door is make sure that this is plumb. Hold this level about in the center of the opening, put it up against these 2 studs, and make sure that that bubble is as close to dead center between those lines as you can get. There's only a limited amount of space that you're going to have here to shim in behind the door. If you have this leaning too far one way or the other, the door won't fit properly. Once you're sure that your 2 sides are plumb, you also have to make sure that your header is level. Now sometimes when you're building on a basement floor and the floor is running downhill, one side of your jamb may be kicked up higher than the other. Make sure that you make any adjustments that you have to do to make this level prior to hanging drywall. So there you go. You got your width right, you got your height right, you have your 2 side pieces that are nice and flush with each other that you've spiked together strongly. You got a level top and a plumb side. You're ready to get some drywall on this thing and this opening will be ready for a door. One more thing I realized after watching this video that we made that you need to know, this framing that we did for this wall is for a non-bearing wall. In other words, if you were going to have weight above here, a roof load or a floor load, you'd have to consult an engineer and find out what size beam needs to go up here prior to building the wall. Thanks. Yeah, I think that was pretty... Oh, I forgot. Wait a second. In case you like this video, we have some other stuff coming out. You'll be the first one to see it. Just hit the subscribe button. I think it's right over there somewhere. Thanks.